One of my favorite sayings is, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so for this video, I want to introduce you guys to the documentary team I have at this time. So first up, we have Original Studios. This is the team I am honored to work with for cinematography. They will be doing cinematography, filming, light, sound, all of the things. Shout out to them. Second up, we have Dick Bagley, who is my creative producer. And of course, got to give a shout out to my girl Gwen, who is definitely a producer at this point. And then last but not least, I have my production coordinator, which is Rebecca Douglas. And so I'm going to briefly talk to you. Oh my gosh, Rebecca Robinson. Put some respect on her name. My bad. Christian, I'm sorry. Rebecca Robinson. Shout out to the double R as Rolls Royce. Don't know. Okay, let's get back on topic. I'm so grateful for all these individuals I mentioned. And I want to quickly discuss how I connected with each of them for this project specifically. So Original Studios, I more so know Tawfiq. I have known him really since I moved to Seattle. He has taken some of my favorite photos of myself, and at events, he kind of peeped that like I'm always posed. So every time I see him at an event, he'd be like, all right, he would get a photo because he knows I'm gonna engage. And so we kind of built a friendship over time. And him and Gingy, which is now his fiance, all this love in the air, his fiance, congratulations to you. They, maybe a year and a half ago, did a yellow campaign, and they wanted to shoot people in yellow, wearing yellow for free for creative expression. The timing was perfect for me because I was launching my business, Hayward Global, where I partnered with ministries to help them advance the kingdom with ease and joy. And the Lord in his provision was like, my brand colors are yellow, black, white. They're doing a shoot in yellow, and we partnered. I got to shoot with them. It was a terrible day. I have a whole reel that I made about them. I might plug it in. I'm not sure. And I was just so blessed by them, obviously because of the pro bono service, just out of the joy of creativity. But when I got there, they were so patient. They were so easy to work with. I was late. Like, we talking pro bono and you late? Like, come on, bro. And they just met me with so much grace. And then the final product, you see the website, it was fire, right? And I remember at that moment, I said, if and when I have money and I'm investing in a shoot in the future, I'm circling back. Who would have thought the circle back was going to be a documentary? The Lord. But I ran into Tawfiq. He was taking photos from my friend Cheryl's birthday. Shout out to Cheryl and Kenny. And at the birthday party, I'm a hopeful romantic. And I asked him, I was like, are you shooting? I was like, do you do weddings? And he was like, no, why are you asking? I was like, I just was curious. And he was like, no, but I'm actually getting into filming more videos. And I was like, well, look at that. I'm planning to do a documentary. And he was like, wow. And I was like, man, I would love to partner with you. But actually, and it's like, as I thought about it, I was like, well, I would be willing to fly you to New York, actually, because at this point, I trust Tawfiq. I love his work. He's super professional, super kind, Gingy, the whole team. So I was like, actually, maybe I could just fly you and Gingy out to New York. And you know what he said to me? Actually, we just added someone to our team that lives in New York. At that moment, I was like, Lord, if you want us to work together, just say that. Because it was just, what are the odds that I live in Seattle? I'm doing a film about someone who lived in New York. And I met and have friendship and working partnership with someone who lives in Seattle and has hired someone on his team who lives in New York. But it gets better. The guy that he hired just graduated with a degree in filmmaking or something specifically for documentary making. I got to learn my terms. The point is, we were locked in at that point. We met. I got to meet Tawfiq. I got to meet, dang, this is so terrible. What's his name? Tawfiq and, don't hate me. I can't remember your name, but the point is we've had like 3 or 4 meetings at this point. And before I signed the contract or before we set the proposal, and I knew in my heart, I was like, I don't care what they quote me. I'm working with them because this is something that's really important to me, precious to me, and I already trust them. They've already proven their work, and there's already rapport there. And I was already kind of anxious about who am I gonna find in New York to trust with this project, know they'll deliver. And I am beyond reassured because you'll see if you're there September 19th, come September 19th for our interview and fellowship day. They are just good people, down to earth people. I would feel comfortable leaving the room of people I'm interviewing and letting Tawfiq and Jindy take over, because they're just that solid. So shout out to them, and I'm grateful for that connection. The next connection is Dick Bagley. Dick Bagley is the husband of my dear friend Gwen, and Dick is my friend too at this point. They're really family, or should I say Ohana. Gwen is from Hawaii, and that's the term that they use. They have embraced me into their family, into their culture, and I'm so grateful for that connection. However, Dick is also a genius, or he's technically, his IQ, he's a few points away, but he is brilliant, not me speaking in hyperbole. He is a creative. He's a photographer. He's done logos, graphic design. Like, we're really aligned in our creative interests. And I've asked him to be the creative producer for the documentary, A, because he is a creative genius, and B, we have a relationship, but also C, I'm doing a documentary about my great uncle, working with my great aunt, love her. It's about people, my aunts, my uncles, my parents. So I know there's a lot of bias here. And Dick is going to be a guardrail for me to make sure that I tell the story, the true story, the whole story. Help me to see blind spots. I can imagine as I'm interviewing people like my parents, like my uncles, like my aunts, he'll probably be like, wait, double down on something, because he doesn't know anybody. He don't know nothing about Bishop McKinley. He don't know nothing about Elam. He don't know nothing about none of us. And so I'm excited to see how he'll challenge me as we're filming, but also in the editing process. He's also a white male, like just increasing the diversity of the project. But also, I love Dick and Gwen Bagley. Gwen is my producer because at this point she has fueled me so many ways. I tell her all the time, at this point, I'm making a documentary for you, because she's invested so much that I gotta see it through. I remember I was in the early stages. I think we were talking about me being a filmmaker, and I said something funny like, well, in order to be a filmmaker, I need a beret. I had a beret less than 7 days later because my girl Gwen took me seriously, and she's like, well, now you're ready to go. And literally, when I was in the hospital the other week, you want to know who came to my house at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and took me to the emergency room and stayed with me till 1 a.m? The Bagleys, aka my creative producer and we're going to call her supporting producer. And last but not least, the person who I've known the longest and I love dearly is Rebecca Robinson. She is she is the production coordinator for the documentary. And Rebecca is my girl. I've known her since she was born. Love her so much. And we only know each other because of Elam. You see, McKinley, it's important. And Rebecca, I was posting on my Insta story about the project, and around that time, Rebecca has been developing and maturing and blossoming in who she wants to be and what she wants to do with her career. And she told me, like, she's been considering getting into production, and she was looking, researching, reflecting on it. And then one day it hit her, like, one of my best friends is doing a documentary. How about I just help and see if this lights up something? And it could be something that she could put on her resume. And she just reached out, and it was so beautiful. And she was so professional. We had an interview. Rebecca was super official, but I love her because it's just out of respect. Like, yes, we are sisters, we are best friends, and still I respect what you're doing, and I'm trying to be genuine and serious and show up already. So she's currently been researching hotels and flights because this costs money. And I'm so grateful for you, Rebecca, for trusting in me with your exploration, and I'm excited to partner with you. So for all of those people, I say thank you. I'm grateful for each of them, and I wanted you all to know, or you to know, as a potential investor, I'm not in this alone. I am not an expert. I'm not a I am a filmmaker because I got the beret. Thanks, Gwen. And just trust, I'm investing and partnering with people who have the skill set, who have the encouragement, who have the same heart, who are like-minded to make this project all that I know it's going to be, advancing the kingdom of God. And so lastly, I say, you can be someone I know as well. As I said at the beginning, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And now I know you. Well, you know me. I don't know if I know you, but you could type in the comments and I can get to know you. I'm asking you to support me in this. The Lord has been breaking down my pride. He has been breaking down my self-reliance. I quite literally cannot do this alone. Yes, with the team, but also without the funding and without the support and without you spreading the word. So like this video. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. That helps to spread the message and also can turn into funding. Number one, if you see the flyer, please share it on social media. You never know who was connected to Bishop McKinley and or who will see this project and want to support it. So please like, share, subscribe, repost, do all the things. Number two, if you got some money, visit MacNeilReels.com and you can donate whatever you want, $5, $10, $1,000. And you can also benefit from one of the packages. So if you donate $100, you get a crew neck. I did design this crew neck, but this is not the one you're gonna get. You're gonna get a crew neck that says, I fund films about Jesus. I help fulfill, there's a picture of it on the screen. That crew neck you'll get as a thank you gift in Christmas time. If you donate $500, you will get 2 of those crew necks and 2 VIP tickets to the premiere. There will be one, God willing, in Seattle and New York in 2028. This is a multi-year project. And then if you donate $2,500, your thank you gift will be all of the aforementioned things, plus your name will be in the credits. So thank you. If you have money, please donate or share with someone who you know has the money or who's passionate about legacy, who's passionate about the Pentecostal church, who's passionate about our history, who's passionate about supporting Black women chasing their dreams. And you'll therefore be a part of the team. Thank you for listening, watching, supporting, and all of us can pray. Please pray that the Lord will provide, that he'll make a way, that he'll touch this project, and that it will be impactful and truly advance his kingdom on earth. Thank you so much. Take care.